Dog fans, welcome to another great edition of Hunker Down, our Impact Media dive right through the hedges into the world of the UGA Bulldogs football squad. I'm Jeremy York. He's Jake Skinner. We are here to talk all things Bulldogs, which this week is not going to be a lot, but
Nope.
so much more bold things to talk about. But before we get into all of that, how are you, bud?
Doing good. It's the end of the work season for me.
Mm,
Got a couple of days
me
I'm
too.
supposed to work, but
I've got
director
two
look
left this year.
director looked at us and went, I mean, if you just be prepared to come in, otherwise stay at home. So not gonna be
Yep,
angry about that.
yep. Of actual shoot job. Two more days this year, and then I'll see you next year.
Exactly. How you
Absolutely.
doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Um, been a weird week. Looks like we're only going to get a couple things out from Impact Media this week, but to me, we got two of our better and bigger shows in this one and our WWE show that should be dropping anytime now. Uh, so much to talk about. College is actually a lot more entertaining than pro right now. Pro is kind of going shock with a lot of stuff, and we're in bowl season. Anything can happen
True.
to these bowls. We talked before the show that Kennesaw was in that nail biter and in their debut. So, it was good to have they had a good showing out in Myrtle Beach. They got a vacation to Myrtle Beach. That's fun. I would love to go to
Hmm.
Myrtle Beach. It's been quite a while since I've been there.
True.
Um, and the first round, I believe the first round starts
Starting
later
tonight.
today. Yep, depends on when you watch this. It may have already started, but we're going to still give our pick.
Yep.
And we'll see once kickoff starts how that actually goes. Any particular place you want to start?
Let's just go ahead and start with the first round matchups because that's over the
Okay.
next 2 days. That's pretty much all that will be on tomorrow, and we'll just go ahead and run through our picks, and
Oh
then
yeah.
we'll have some coaching news and some recruiting news. I guess we'll hit.
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and get the big one out of the way. Tonight's game, I believe it's on ESPN. It's Alabama and Oklahoma Part Doe.
I think it's on ABC too.
Oh, it's ABC. Okay, I could remember if it was
I,
ABC.
I
Yeah, it
think it, I
is
think it's I
ABC.
think it's both, and it might
Yeah.
even be streaming on Plus or the Deuce or the Ocho or I don't know. Just
I watched a lot of the Ocho last weekend. Some 90s mini golf was very entertaining.
you
But
know you know that it's either way too early in the morning for you to still be watching the Ocho, or
or way too
that
late.
or way too late if you start getting into the stair climbing and the marble races.
We were on 1 or 2 in the morning, getting closer to 1 to 2 in the morning, and it was on the YMCA Athletics Bowl. I'm sitting there watching these people run through a course, throw a football, hit a golf club, hit a golf ball, and hit a
Oh,
baseball.
oh, I remember. Okay, remember that
And
one.
I'm sitting there going, I haven't done half those things in a couple years, and I could easily through that in less than a minute and 25 seconds sprinting and still do that.
Yep.
Cool.
Now, one show on the Ocho you'll never see either one of us on is the juggling competitions because we can juggle a lot of things in life. I can't do bowling pins and those random things they do.
No. But let's go to this game that'll be on tonight. I'm just gonna get into it. I'm gonna take Oklahoma simply because they beat Alabama once this year already. We
Mm-hmm.
watched what Bama did offensively against Georgia and
Mm-hmm.
defensively, and I gotta say, SAWFT, and
Well,
Oklahoma is wanting to prove that they belong here after they fell off halfway through the year.
mm-hmm.
So I 100% believe this is an Oklahoma win to move on to play Indiana.
Yeah, pretty much. Alabama walks in going, "Hey, look at us," and it's more like, "Oh man, what
It's
happened?"
it's it's the gun and it goes boop
Yep.
underneath and you're just like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
It's
Yeah.
Look, it's the difference between they walk in thinking they're you and they're more
Yeah.
like me. So that's what that is.
This
This
is
is
well, this is all I did hit the gym before the podcast, so we're back to GTL, gym tan and laundry life.
ah
If it was summertime.
or no G. It was GTG, right? It was Jim Tan Gaming. That's what I came
That
up
was
with.
it. That was
Yep,
it.
yep. That's what it is. Well, no,
That's right. It was
you do
laundry.
laundry.
It
Okay.
was a lot of it.
Oh no, you don't do
But
tan. It was GLG or GGL or something. That's what. But
yeah,
anyway, I agree
my
with you.
girlfriend would agree with you
Um,
that I don't tan. She's shaking her head over there.
definitely. Um, yeah, I'm with you on that one. I don't care if I was watching this game, which I am not. Um, it'd be kind of hard to, but I think Alabama even realizes that maybe they don't belong in this. You did get, I mean, they still have a chance. If they win this game, then
Hmm.
hey, prove everybody wrong and everything. You
No,
did get a ticket to the dance, but I think Oklahoma's got their number. Oklahoma's looking like they're looking around like you guys don't think they should be here.
no.
We got you. We got you. They're
Yeah,
not going to be
I'll
here.
say this. The thing I'm looking at too is to see what happens with Alabama because if they get beat, the voices are already loud in Tuscaloosa. I don't think DeBoer sticks around much longer. I think he
Come
might be
on
heading to
up.
Michigan.
Come on up to Ann Arbor. Come on up.
I think he will because he'd be a good fit up there. That's where
Yes.
I again any coach who follows a legend is always going to be looked down upon because they're not going to be able to continue the success. And if they do, like Barry Switzer did, it's going to fall apart fairly quickly after it, and then you move on. So you
And
can
right
win one
and
with the
right
former
now
players.
right now at Michigan, it is the perfect place to go. And I wish all the best and thoughts and prayers out to the former coach. And I'm just going to leave it where it is. That I hope he's able to get everything figured out and whatever
Hmm.
needs to happen there, that he gets everything back straight. I wish him the best. He seems like a good guy. Seems like he's haunted by the past a lot. But yeah, now is
He
the
was.
perfect
We
time
thought he
to
was a lot
step
better.
into
Let's
an
put it that way.
absolute yeah, turns out he's not that good of a human that he needs to work on, but it's the perfect time. You're not following
It
a
is
legend, you're following the guy who followed the legend, and this guy's a little messed up. So it's the perfect time to step in and be the savior.
exactly.
The team's
Um,
already ready to win.
they are. So let's move forward.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, since we're
Hmm.
the game will be night. Because we are recording later this week due to life happening. So we've missed a couple bowls, but tomorrow, 12 p.m. on the ABC ESPN partnership, Miami takes on Texas A&M at Texas A&M. Mind you, all of these first round games are at the home team stadiums. So you got some home field advantage in those games. So that could
Sure.
play a huge factor for this first
Hmm.
round. Who you got?
Um, I'm pretty sure that I didn't pick Miami in a single bracket that I filled out. I think I filled out two, two bracket like a Yahoo and an ESPN. I don't remember. I filled out two or three brackets. I think I picked Texas A&M in each one of these. I thought seven was actually a little low. I consider them one of the better teams. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
they're quite on Georgia or Ohio State's level, but I think they're
Mm-hmm.
they're not that far under it. I think they're better than Indiana. Overall, I think they took a loss at the wrong time and ended up seventh.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're
Truly
going to
do.
take care. They're going to take care of Miami at home in the feature early game, and they're just going to move on.
Yeah.
Miami's going to have a little bit for them, but I think they're just not going to have the firepower in the end.
Yeah, I'm with you. I could pick Miami just to be different, but I'll be honest, I don't think Miami and Carson Beck is that team. They've not
Mm-mm.
proven to be that team. They don't, Miami isn't the team that they used to be. So
Right.
Texas A&M should roll in this one. I think they'll win by at least two scores. They'll be a dangerous team to play to deal with.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're playing Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl on the 31st.
Ooh, that could be a little juicy.
That could be juicy. So then 3:30 p.m. on TNT/slash True TV
And HBO Max.
and HBO Max. Sorry, I heard a
I know, I
kitten
know, I know
noise.
you. I know you turn around to look for your HBO Max subscription. I actually
Yeah,
got it here. I'm gonna email it to you later. I'm gonna email your subscription back to
appreciate
you. I
that.
have it here.
We got Tulane taking
Hmm.
on Ole Miss in Oxford. Now, this is also new head coach making his debut as head coach for Ole Miss, but also kept a lot of the staff that transferred to LSU is now going to be back for this game, which, side note, it's kind of entertaining to watch. The Ole Miss and LSU have basically, here's one staff, here's the other, and just went like that with the two
Hmm.
for the most part. So this is going to be very entertaining to see what happens
Yeah.
going forward. But I think Ole Miss is probably going to walk away with this one because Tulane is not that team. But hey, stranger things have happened. And speaking of stranger things, since it is coming about the part two of the last season, let's go with the strangest thing of all: Tulane beating Ole Miss in an upset with a late field goal to win it.
Mm. I debated trying to take a route like that. Um, um, I think the strangest thing about this game is that Lane Kiffin's not going to be there, but I understand why, and it's, I get it. I get it. It's a whole legality thing. I do find it fascinating that Lane's new contract, he gets rewarded. for the better that Ole Miss does.
Hmm.
Them making the playoffs, he got the same. They basically copied his bonuses and give him more for LSU related stuff going forward. So kudos to LSU for doing that. I've never heard of that before, but that's how
Hmm.
you land the big coach. Um, I just I would love to see an upset like that, but I just feel like Ole Miss is, especially with most of the coaching staff back. I think they might win by 10 points or better. I think Tulane
Hmm.
just once again doesn't have the firepower to keep up with an SEC school like Ole Miss.
Oh, like I said, I agree with that. I just want to say an
Yeah,
upset, so I'm going to pick an upset because I feel like out of the other game we're going to talk about, that's the only one it could happen in because of the coaching's up in the air, new
Eh,
coach.
Miami has an
Well,
outside
no, not
chance.
even Miami. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the other game we're about to talk about, the
Oh,
Oregon James Madison game. Because, like I said, Miami could surprise some people. I just don't
yeah,
think that they've got it.
yeah. But yeah, number 12, James Madison is going to go up to Eugene, Oregon, um, to face number 5, the Ducks. These teams are a lot closer than you think they are. The reason James Madison is 7 whole spots down is because
Hmm.
Oregon is Oregon, and James Madison won the Sun Belt, I think. But I've seen
Hmm.
James Madison up close a handful of years ago. I see how
Seen
they
their
run their
stadium a couple
organization.
times.
I have not been up there to do that. Once again, TNT, True TV, HBO Max, and whatever. I'm not going to encourage people to illegally stream, so I'm not even going to say it another time.
I'm not going to
But
say to
yeah,
do that, but someone had to do that on YouTube to watch the ending of the Ohio State Michigan game, and or the Ohio State Oregon game or whatever it was the other week.
I I can't believe she did that.
Yeah. Um, for this one, man, I am I'm looking at this and it's Oregon all day. It's Autzen
That's what I say.
Stadium. It's
I would love
7:30
to say it,
p.m.
but I agree with you that the biggest chance for an upset in this entire first round is Tulane. It really is, and it's an outside chance in my opinion. Because like I said, I got them losing by 10 or 11 points, and that's good for Tulane. Maybe next
Yeah.
year they match up; it might be a different game. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm a big Dan Lanning fan. Has nothing to do with him being at Georgia, but I got to see him up close at Georgia that way to see how he coaches, how he commands, and what he's done with
Hmm.
Oregon. He's made him a powerhouse again. Yeah, they've got an outside shot, honestly, to match up with Georgia in the final, depending on what bracket you have. So I think they're going to take care of James Madison. Great to see a Sun Belt team and a non-Power Five in there, but you're gonna have to try a little harder to beat somebody like Oregon in the first round.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if you're looking at the ESPN website like I'm looking at it right now, but um you seen that random score during the bowl game that's currently on right now?
That's great.
I mean, seriously,
I mean,
it's interesting.
NC State is just hammering Memphis for people who want to know that.
They are.
Uh,
That's wild. Didn't
like
expect
I
it
said,
to quite be
shout
like
out to
that.
Kennesaw for that close game they were in, and for
Yep.
making their first appearance and winning Conference USA and all that. But yeah, Alabama,
Hmm.
Oklahoma, man, it might be a tight battle.
It might be. Um, yeah, that's wild, but NC State. It's good to see them winning.
Yeah,
Um, moving on. Let's cover some regular bowls real quick. We got a little bit
yeah,
of time.
yeah,
Um, but before we do that, I want to break this up. We're going to talk about coaching for a couple of minutes.
yeah.
Former Georgia defensive coordinator and one of my favorite coaches, Coach Boom Muschamp, taking the defensive coordinator job at Texas. Back to Texas, where he was with Mac Brown. Um, I like it for the sake of I want that for him, and I'm pretty sure he didn't come back to Georgia because he wants to put his own stamp. Maybe he wants a chance at head coach again and wants
That's
to
what I
prove
think.
that he can still coach, which good for him. I wish he'd come back to Georgia, but hey, I get it. I'm going to say I love it for him for that, but the problem is that Sarkisian needs to hand the coordinator titles to someone that can call plays and not do everything. But he's doing what he always does. He hires and fires
Yep,
the defensive coaches because he's like, I can do this. You can if you're the coordinator, not the head coach doing both sides of the ball.
yep.
So Texas, congrats. You got Arch Manning, who again, all season long with a coach who doesn't know how to play call right now for his team and struggles. So you're gonna have a great defense, but you're gonna have an offense that's gonna be up and down depending on the week and depending on what side of the bed Arch Manning wakes up on.
You know what? You know what song? Texas should use. I don't know what they actually use. What they should use to get people pumped up before game, and I think it would be a great theme for their team.
What's that?
Jump around by House of Pain because
Basically.
jump up and get down. Yeah, yep. They're all over the place.
Hmm. No, I am no, you're not wrong. Sorry, I've also
But no, I agree with you. I think that is Muschamp's play here because I think if he wanted to come back to Georgia, I think it's a text message, not even a phone call. It might even be a carrier pigeon to be welcome back. But I thought you had another score update. How that looked.
no, real
But no,
quickly, I
I
just saw
do
a
think
tweet come across or an
okay.
X post. This is from Pete Thamel on College Game Day, since
Hmm.
that just went on. Michigan is trying to get DeBoer. That's their end goal is DeBoer. And if depending on the game and how it goes tonight, a loss, he's on the way. Alabama has been fighting hard to get him to sign a different deal, to stay there for more money, but apparently Michigan is going to make it impossible for him to say no. Good
Then
for
let
them.
me clarify my pick from the game earlier by saying Boomer Sooner.
Fair enough. Don't blame you on that one.
Double down on that one.
Um,
But
but
yeah,
yeah,
I do think he is. I do think Muschamp is that is his play. Is that not only is he trying to go to help Stark, who does need a little bit of help on the defensive end. It's Stark kind of is doing what Saban did, that he keeps this revolving door of coordinators in and out, but for a different reason than Saban does. It's because a
hmm
lot of them either can't work with Stark or he tries to take over what they do, and they're like, well, if you don't need me, then and they leave. But I do think Muschamp thinks that if he has a solid season next year or maybe even 2 years he could be considered for some of the jobs coming up, and there will be some big jobs in the next couple of years.
No, I agree. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I still think like good on him for making the jump to the STC. Sorry, I put the NC State one on while we're doing this just so I can have it
Mm,
on in the background.
yeah,
Um, Boy, I'm telling you, Memphis ain't looking good.
no,
Just
go
they're getting
go go
bodied
Wolfpack.
right now. Um, but
Yeah, they are.
they are absolutely
I mean,
getting bodied.
you know what you could say that the Wolfpack are on a roll,
Exactly, you could.
and that the
Um,
tide is turning.
it, very nice.
Yeah,
Um,
be here all week, folks.
be here all week. But other coaching news, not a whole lot's changed. Georgia will wait till the end of the year before anything changes for the staff.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be shocked to see Travaris Robinson potentially leave to go
Yeah,
to Texas because he loves following Muschamp. Good for him.
sure.
Honestly, I would not be angry if our secondary coaches up and left and we had a different voice come in and maybe you
Hmm.
could tell Kirby to stuff it on some of his teachings.
Mm,
Schumann, I'd like to see him go, but I'm also okay with Schumann staying simply because he has turned the defense around,
yeah,
and so has Bobo and the offensive staff. I'm assuming we'd lose probably one or two, maybe one or two coaches there. I'm hoping we can keep most of them intact because I think we're in a great spot. Coach Searles has done a great job. Bobo has done, excuse me, great the past couple of weeks, and not a lot of other
you,
ones in the country on coaching. Everyone else has seen the news, so I don't want to say like there's been a great hire.
yeah,
But I will say that because we do a tech show on this channel, them
sure.
losing Buster. Um,
Yeah,
I've been wanting Buster to come back to Georgia, but as someone pointed out to me, compared to Bobo, how they were,
yeah.
Buster's better. But at the same time, you watch Tech's offenses, how they're based. Buster's better than Bobo when Bobo's washed, but the way Bobo's been playing, I'm fine with Bobo being here. Buster, good job, good luck down there. You're losing Lagway. That could hurt you. And they're also apparently bringing the Aaron
Did
Philo with him from Tech.
did he? Okay. Did he take the head gig down there?
No, he's offensive coordinator.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he
I
just moved
wasn't sure,
coordinator
but
positions.
I think it's similar to what we said with Muschamp. I think he knows that he's not going to take over Tech outside of the place completely imploding and burning to the ground, which is not going to happen under Pete. Even if they
Yeah.
have a bad season, it's not going to be. It would be 3 or 4 seasons before he could take over Tech. I think he wants to be a head coach, and he knows. Well, I showed you what I can
Yeah.
do here. Let me go to another place or so and show me that I can do it in multiple places, and then he'll be considered for those bigger jobs.
Yeah, I agree. But as far as recruiting, not a whole, Georgia had another good class, not the top class, but hey, I mean Georgia filled this with a lot of blue chippers who want to be here. You fill a roster out with a couple big stars, people that'll change your roster, and then oh, good play. Um, but it's a good recruiting, solid recruiting class for Georgia. I'm happy with it. Sucks that we lost the quarterback, like we did, but Georgia also got good news in that Jaden Wade, the number one quarterback recruit for
Mm,
27,
yeah,
who very talented. He's a true dual threat, but he prefers to stay in the pocket and throw. Goes to IMG. He's been a captain. I believe he's been a captain, and his
I think so.
teammate, the wide receiver, has not committed, but I'm hearing both want to reclassify to 26 or 27, and I believe the wide receiver did today. And part of it is
Interesting.
Georgia wanting these kids to reclassify because they know we could use the quarterback in this next class. So I think we should stick with it because this kid apparently committed to Kirby before the season and just announced it after the fact.
Okay. Okay.
Like holding your cards in your pocket, you pull out that secret ace you didn't no one else knew you had.
Yeah.
But that's about the biggest news. We got a couple minutes left, so we'll kind of quickly hit a couple of games
Can we just
leading
say
up
that
to the next.
nobody is so quietly and discreetly covering the Gasparilla Bowl like us tonight with NC State up 17-0 right now?
I mean, seriously,
I
we're
mean,
doing a great job here.
we really are.
Is that?
What?
Oh, that might not have been a catch.
All right.
But
What are the we let's
so
try to get at least two Christmas with these games because
I
I feel
agree.
like
Let's
it
get
will
to
be after
Christmas.
Christmas before we talk again.
Probably could be. I mean, we'll text between that. But Monday we've
Sure.
got Washington State and Utah State. Utah State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl in
Hey,
Howard
Idaho up
System in
here.
Boise.
I hear some really swell people come from there.
They do. They do.
It's like
Um,
Tori Wilson from WWE and maybe one of our favorite Starbucks baristas.
exactly. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I have not kept with either team that well. Looking at stats,
Nope.
it doesn't tell a true story. Wazoo is a bigger favorite to win. They're both 6-6. Give me Wazoo because why not?
Are they? I got the spread being Utah State by a point and a half.
So yeah,
Oh, I
I'll
see.
go with
You're
Wazoo.
okay.
Yeah,
I'll go
but
Utah
yeah,
State just for the sake of being different.
fair enough. Then we are
Okay.
looking at the Boca Raton Bowl, which, by the way, Bush's Baked Beans is the sponsor. And if you take a can of baked beans to this bowl game, you get in for free. I'm dead
First off,
serious.
first off, that's cool. No, I'm laughing because the last time I thought about taking a trip to Boca Raton, I was thinking, gosh, I wish I could have a whole big heaping bowl of Bush's baked beans while I'm there.
Yes, in Boca Raton. So anyway, that game, Toledo and Louisville. Give me Louisville because screw Toledo and the horse they rode in on because they're the rival of Bowling Green.
I
I've
don't
got someone over
particularly
here
have.
cheering.
I don't have any hatred towards equestrian of any kind, but yeah, give me the Cardinals. Just because I think they're going to win.
Exactly. All right. ESPN on the 23rd, New Orleans Bowl. Southern Miss Golden Eagles against the Hilltoppers from Western Kentucky. Who you got?
I have seen Western Kentucky play in person at bowl games twice, and I think they're 1-1 versus Georgia State in those bowls. Give me Western Kentucky. Nothing personal against Southern Miss,
Same.
but give me Western Kentucky. They're a really good squad.
They're a really good squad, and I'm looking at this right now, and both teams are on losing streaks, so I feel like Western Kentucky's got that one.
Yeah, more
Ohio
experience.
and UNLV in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl on ESPN December 23rd. 8-4 versus 10-3. Give me UNLV. I feel like they want to punch their ticket and end the season good. So
If you think Ohio, with all of the mess that is going on up there with that head coach and everything else, has any chance in this, I don't think so. Scooter, give me UNLV all the way around. I had to figure out how to work that in there.
it's very nice, very nice.
And then
Um,
last one,
the
which
last one
might
we
be
got here.
might be my favorite one of all the
Agreed. I
non-playoffs.
mean, listen, this is a tradition. I still remember before Mark Rick started watching this bowl game at my grandparents on Christmas Eve, going, "Why is Georgia playing before Christmas?" Again, we have a standard here in the South.
Yeah, yeah,
But it is the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl with between the Rainbow Warriors and the Golden Bears. That's gonna be a fun game between Jaren Sagapulatele, the Cal quarterback. He's really good. I wish Georgia could have
bless him.
landed him last year. Thank you. And bless him. But I mean, come on. How can you pick against the Rainbow Warriors at home in this bowl game? Come on. How can you? So I'm
I
gonna take them.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Normally, I would pick Cal just to be different, but like I said, Arizona State and Hawaii, I become long distance fans of theirs years and years ago in high school because they were the only games on when I got home from games and competitions. So Yeah, give me Hawaii in the bowl that I would most like to attend, just because I would love to go to
Yes.
Hawaii.
Actually, I will be out there next year at that time, and I might see if I can sneak away for a cheap ticket. How much are tickets to that game? Because we have a second to look.
We do, we do.
$91. I'm not saying I won't, but I actually will be. I will be.
Man,
I will be in
man,
that
that
space next year. So
I just
there
got to see what
is a
other bowls are
chance.
going because there are bowls I've always wanted to attend because all the bowls I've ever been to,
Oh, hey,
uh,
Memphis scored.
I have I have been I've been a media member, so I think it would be great to actually attend one. But yeah, those are all the bowls that will get us all the way to the Friday after Christmas. So I think that's probably accurate as to when we might speak again on here. That would
Hmm.
make it somewhere around there. And if not, we missed a few, and we'll talk about them when we come back on.
Absolutely. We got about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Anything else you want to say before we probably go ahead and sign off for the evening?
Um, no, I think we pretty much hit everything. We hit all the Georgia news, all the coaching news, talked some fun bowls. That bowl season is great. It's one of the best times of the year, not just because it's okay, not just because it's college football and it's the holiday season, but you get these fun matchups that you never get to
Hmm.
see until now.
That is very true. Sorry, I have two kittens here in the studio, maybe trying to cuddle in a bowl.
And I'm getting random messages asking if I'm ready. I'm not sure for what.
With that being said, every Impact Media fans, Merry Christmas. We'll see you before the new year so we can talk to you then. But I hope everyone stays safe, has a good time, enjoy time with your family, eat a
Absolutely.
lot of good food, and watch some football
And hockey and
and
wrestling and watch all
hockey
kinds
and
of stuff.
watch all of it
Introduce a young person in your life to
to
your
hockey.
favorite sport, whatever it is.
Agreed.
But all right, for Jake Skinner, I am Jeremy York. This is another great edition of Hunker Down. We will see you guys next time. Deuces, gooses. Go
Go
watch
dogs.
UGA.